Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it's time to focus for this Tuesday, or assuming now we're on Wednesday, April the 8th. And today we're focusing on the Chicago Cubs, which I got some takes on them. So we're going to get into that. Let's get into this. Let's take a look at how the week was for the Northsiders. Let's take a look for the first week. I mean, Friday through Sunday, they lose 2 out of 3 to the Cleveland Guardians, so not very good. And then they have the Rays Monday through Wednesday, the finale of that series tonight. And then this weekend, they'll face the Pittsburgh Pirates. That series against the Guardians, Friday, the home opener for Cleveland. It looked cold. It looked chilly. And they just could not get anything really going in that one. And Cleveland kind of took a commanding lead where it just looks like the Cubs at 1 second have the opportunity to win, and unfortunately they don't. Saturday got postponed, doubleheader on Easter. Game 1, Edward Cabrera once again pitched phenomenal, and we'll get into the other news, and that's probably why it's going to be so crucial, why he is going to be the top guy. And then you have so they're able to get the win, and then Palencia shuts the door. Then in the second game, Cubs have a 3-0 lead at one point. Unfortunately, cannot hold it, end up going back and forth. Ian Happ struck out 6 times in 2 games, but then got 2 big hits. Cubs had it up the tying go-ahead run at the plate in the finale, but could not win it. Doubleheaders are very hard to sweep, but nonetheless, the Cubs lose 2 out of 3 there. Tampa, that series, we'll get into that more next week, but so the Cubs lose 2 out of 3. So as of following the weekend, they're 4-5 going in through the weekend. So basically, my take on it is they're very hard to watch right now. It just seems like the bats aren't there early on. PCA looks like the PCA where he's swinging and missing and everything. Bregman's not getting he's hitting the ball hard just right at people. Ian Happ has struggled even though he has 4 home runs. So the team's hitting the ball out of the ballpark, but that's about it. Pitching wise, Edward Cabrera's done great. You're waiting for that shoe to drop because he's not been healthy in his career, so you're gonna have to depend on him now with Matthew Boyd on the 15-day IL, and now the Cade Horton news sounds like he's going to be out for the season. The imaging was not good, so it looks like probably Tommy John surgery. I feel bad for the kid. So then you have Steele. You're going to have Steele, Boyd, and Horton out. Boyd and Steele going to be coming back this year. The odds are there's a few starters out there to be able to try to go get, but it's just frustrating right now to see all this going down. And you're 4-6. You're technically in 4-6 now because as I'm recording this, it's past Monday's game. But through the weekend, 4-5. Just nothing going right for this team. They look bland. They don't have that oomph. And the fact that the Brewers have already started 7-2 and playing really good baseball, and Cubs 3-4 games out of the National League Central. I know it's only 10 games, but you can't have another year like this. So I'm gonna say 2 things here. One, the Cubs, if they're not in the NLCS, I don't know. I've said this to people. I don't know if I've said it on this show. If the Cubs do not make the NLCS this year with the team they have, and I know now with injuries, but still, I don't think Craig Counsell has his job anymore. I don't know how you condone it because, in all honesty, it's not. This is a team you've come over to the Cubs, to the arch rival, for money, and that team, that Milwaukee Brewer team, you have let them win the division every year, and the manager of their year has been their manager that took over for you in Milwaukee both years. And they've also eliminated you from the playoffs. So, I mean, it's put up or shut up, Craig. It just don't seem like he motivates the team. He just sits there. So maybe it was, and we continue to say maybe it wasn't you, but I think your job is on the line this year. No joke. And I'm hoping this is the case. Last year, Cubs had that hot start, sucked in the second half, rolled into the playoffs. Brewers, rough first half. They were under 500 through 50 games. And then they went on that roll. I'm going to predict roles reversed. That's my prediction. I'm going to say Cubs have a rough first half, find it, because then you get Steele back. I think you acquire another pitcher. Suzuki's back on Friday, by the way. So the offense is going to look a little better. It's going to make that lineup look a little deeper. I think that's big. And then the Cubs can roll, but we'll see. But I think right now, I said Counsell's job is on the line in 2026. Put it here as I'm saying it on Wednesday, April the 8th. If the Cubs are not in the NLCS this year, I want Craig Counsell gone. Case closed. That's the Cubs. Tomorrow we focus on the White Sox, which is actually a little more positive. Who would have thought? Great job by the White Sox over the weekend against the Jays. So that's coming up tomorrow. Don't forget, We're going to be unfocused in Vegas not next week, the following week, but also that following Saturday. If you're fans of wrestling, the wrestling podcast we've had for 13 years, Ringside Report celebrates its 1,000th episode. We're going to be at WrestleMania covering all that the weekend before, and then we're going to show our 1,000th episode. So go to Raise the Bar TV on Facebook, like them, and check that out. But we're getting ready. We're a week from tomorrow. We're heading to Sin City, and I'm excited because Ryan needs some time off. So we're going to have a lot of wrestling stuff there, and we're going to show sights and sounds here for that week as well while I'm on vacation. So looking forward to that. Tomorrow we talk White Sox. Like this video if you like what you see. Subscribe, or don't forget to comment as well your thoughts on the Cubs. I'm not trying to overreact with 10 games in, but I'm frustrated to watch. It's frustrating to watch this team. And also it's great to see Tropicana Field back open. One of my favorite ballparks. I'm one of the only people to say that. Well, I'd say probably top 3 of enjoying a ball game was at Tropicana Field. And I've been to all of them, so I have the right to say it. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday through Thursday, 3:12 Central. We are focusing on Chicago sports. I'm Ryan Yanishadas from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.